Good evening. I am student meteorologist Aaron Zereri, here to open up your Thursday edition of the FSU Weather Show. Across Doak Campbell Stadium, you can see it's very, very nice conditions outside. You can see well, kind of cloudy outside, but certainly a nice sunset behind Doak Campbell Stadium. But if you're heading out the door right now, you can see it's a nice and pleasant 71 degrees under mostly cloudy skies, with a nice gentle wind out of the south-southeast at 6 miles per hour. Across the area, you can see there are a few showers up across Georgia, but those are quickly fizzling out as we do go into the nighttime hours. And tonight across Tallahassee, you can see we will be hitting a low of 53 degrees under cloudy conditions. So hopefully we do get to clear those, have some time to clear those clouds by the time we get to our lunar eclipse. But fingers crossed there. And tomorrow you can see we do reach a high of 72 degrees under sunny skies. And tonight on FSU Weather, where is it snowing? Another cold front's incoming and upcoming games. All that and more on FSU Weather.
And currently I'm going to give you guys a nice little look at what we're seeing outside above Doak Campbell Stadium. Currently the sun is setting. We have some nice partly cloudy skies, pretty beautiful conditions, but it is slightly unseasonably warm. In fact, taking a look at those current conditions, 71 degrees, mostly cloudy skies with winds that are pretty gradual coming out of the south-southeast, really carrying that moisture, making things a little bit warmer than they typically are during this time of year. We're currently experiencing a nice cold front that's making its way from west to east. It still hasn't made its way here yet, so we are still on the front side of the cold front and experiencing those warmer moistures as it's being drawn from the south to the north. But behind that cold front, we can expect a nice cool down, which we'll talk about later on the show. Taking a closer eye on the Big Bend region, you can see that those showers are starting to make their way closer to our region, but they're staying off coast currently. And looking at those temperatures, you could spot whenever we're making our transition that cold front up in the north. But right now, those temperatures, well, they're in the mid to upper 60s and even into the 70s with 71 here in Tallahassee. So quite mild conditions, and those dew points are quite close to the actual temperature, so it's making a very muggy condition. In fact, looking at those heat index, you can see that it's really close to about what we see in the air temperature. But anyway, it is still a very uncomfortable experience throughout most of the Big Bend region for this time of year. Of course, if this was in the summer, we would all probably be taking this over those nice 80 degree, 90 degree plus temperatures and 70 plus dew points. But looking at the future radar, we can see that these showers really start to make their way through the Big Bend region, hovering around for the morning time hours and Friday, but clearing out by Friday afternoon. We'll still see those clouds, though, sticking around for the most part Friday into Friday evening. For that day planner, you're going to expect temperatures to start off a little bit on the cooler side on the back side of that cold front, but will warm up to about 73 degrees, so quite awesome conditions, pretty seasonable for this time of year. For the week ahead, well, it's more of the same story. You can see that we're going to start off at 72 degrees as our high on Friday, and for Saturday and Sunday, we can expect more of the same with temperatures around 70 degrees. But it's quite beautiful conditions, and lows will be about 47 once we go from Friday into Saturday. So of course, make sure if you're out Friday night, like most people are, that you have a jacket and that you're enjoying those conditions safe and comfortably. Looking at Sunday into Monday, we could have a potential chance of some rain showers, but overall quite beautiful and stable conditions ahead, Aaron.
That's right. That 7-day forecast certainly catches my eye, and it looks very, very nice across Tallahassee. But as we zoom out to across the Sunshine State, you can see it's not so sunny. You can see across Central Florida, we do have some rainy conditions around Tampa and areas over into Orlando. Those areas might see a few showers as we get into tonight. But you can see we are right now into the 70s across Central Florida, even all the way up into the North Florida. You can 71 in Tallahassee under cloudy conditions. And down towards the Keys, we actually might be a little bit of a cool spot, if you can believe it or not, down Key West at 69 degrees. And our dew point across the state, you can see we are pretty much sticking with the 60s from about the I-4 corridor northward, and from about the I-4 corridor south, where we are in the 70s, except for Key West today, which is definitely outshining the rest of the state. And this is what I was mentioning with the satellite and radar. You can see all those clouds and showers across much of Central and South Florida. So Miami might even see a little bit of some thunderstorm activity. You can see some of the reds and the yellows on the radar popping up there. But across Central Florida, so Tampa, Orlando, Daytona Beach, it is more moderate to light rain across that area. So if you are in Central or South Florida, you might need to keep an umbrella handy. But you can see across North Florida, you can see there are some cloudy conditions, but certainly not the rainy conditions we are experiencing down in Central Florida. And if we zoom in closer to South Florida, you can see those are the thunderstorms I was mentioning just offshore Miami. Those are moving somewhat just off to the east, but they're moving pretty slow. So any downpours you might get might actually cause some flooding concerns if you're down towards Miami. So you might need to watch out on some of the roadways down there. But you can see across Fort Myers and down towards the Keys, it is pretty much light to moderate rain over there. And across the I-4 corridor in Central Florida, you can see there are pretty much still light rain across Central Florida. You can see Lake Wales, Orlando, Lake Placid, and Port Charlotte, pretty much all seeing that light to moderate rain on the radar. And into north central Florida, you can see across Jacksonville, Gainesville, Ocala, Lake City, really just some clouds, but nothing in the rain of showers. Might even see a shower up towards maybe extreme southern portions of Georgia, but those are quickly fizzling out. And over to the panhandle of Florida, you can see there are a few showers just north of Panama City, but again, those are quickly fizzling out as they work their way off to the north and the east. You can see Miami, you can see today, or actually this weekend, it'll be in the 70s across much of the area in Miami. As we move up towards Tampa, you can see upper 70s to low 80s, really through the weekend with a chance of rain increasing as we get into Sunday. And into Orlando, you can see we are going to be in the 70s to 80s, same story over there. And as we move into Jacksonville, you can pretty much see we'll be in the 60s and into the 70s across much of the area. And into Pensacola, we'll pretty much be into the 60s as well. And across the state, tonight's forecast lows, you can see we are going to be in the 40s and 50s across the area, although probably closer to 50 as we move towards Tallahassee. But across much of the state with those raining clouds, we will be in the 60s. And tomorrow's forecast, you can see we will pretty much be in the 70s. It's really statewide. But again, with increasing showers over towards South Florida.
That's right. South Florida is definitely going to be in the soggy weather, at least for the next few days. But I'm going to take you guys a little more locally. We're going to take a look at the Sportsplex around Panama City. A really nice sunset right now in Panama City. Look at those nice orange and pinks in the sky right there. Those clouds are really making to have a pretty sunset out there. So make sure you get outside and enjoy tonight because it's going to be a nice night out there for the majority of the area. Right now at Tallahassee, accompanied with those really nice conditions, 71 degrees at the airport right now, no delays. So those are unlikely to change over the next few days because we won't be getting any significant weather around our area. And around the country, not really much, again, in the way of delays. That may change as we head into the beginning of next week with the storm system moving through, but we'll have to wait and see how that exactly will impact any airport delays. We have Thursday night football. The New England Patriots visiting the Atlanta Falcons down in Georgia. Our forecast for that game is going to be 54 at kickoff at 8:20 tonight, with winds gusting 10 to 15 miles per hour. So that may not play a big role since this, I believe the stadium does have a roof over it, but still nice weather there nonetheless. As for the stargazing forecast tonight, we do have a lunar eclipse tonight that will take full effect somewhere around 4 a.m. this morning, tomorrow morning. So if you'd like to either get up early or stay up really late tonight, you can be sure to do that because the clouds should clear out by that point, and you should be able to see that lunar eclipse pretty fully. So we have fair viewing conditions for tonight for that lunar eclipse. Your Thursday night nightlife forecast for Tallahassee, 65 and mostly clear skies. Maybe some clouds fading in and out as the night goes on, but again, a really nice evening to enjoy yourselves outside. And as for your night drive forecast, again, generally sitting in the mid to low 60s as the night wears on, so a nice night for a drive, maybe with the windows down, so let some of that fresh air inside. Saturday, we have a football game up in Boston College. Kickoff is at, I believe that's at noon on Saturday, but we do have rather chilly temperatures sitting in the 40s for that game. And we do have a basketball away game with our meteorologist friend, Harrison Prieto, 79 degrees against the LMU Lions. And we also have another basketball game on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. That will be against Boston University, 60 degrees there. And as for your Thanksgiving Steep Creek, we hit with 72 degrees for Tallahassee. And as for your weekend planner, generally sitting in the 70s. So nice conditions there.
Well, we're experiencing nice conditions here in Tallahassee. Thank you for that, Evan. But taking a look at some of those conditions that are not so nice, we're actually going to feature a story real quick about the atmospheric river currently training over Washington and southern Canada over in British Columbia outside of Vancouver. Those communities, in fact, have been impacted by very severe flooding. Such historic flooding, in fact, it kind of reminds you of what Ida did to New York City just a couple months ago. Currently, we're seeing rainfall totals surpassing the monthly total for November for those regions. Washington, of course, is experiencing quite heavy rains that are possibly flash flooding. Actually, they are, 75% of homes have had water damage, so the fact that it is pretty unexpected and unfortunate for those areas, especially because they have been experiencing drought. So these have compounded by also having mudslides and more dangerous conditions. But overall, it's been quite hazardous in the Northwest and in British Columbia. So, of course, keep them in your prayers. But now we'll take things over to the wall with Aaron to take things back locally.
That's right, Chandler. And as we come back to Tallahassee, you can see we are currently sitting at 71 degrees under mostly cloudy conditions. We do have a nice breeze out of the south-southeast at 6 miles per hour. Our current satellite and radar shows not really that much to speak of in terms of the Tallahassee area, but again, we do have those showers down to our southeast and over the Gulf of Mexico, but those will move off to the east and shouldn't really pose any significance towards the Big Bend region. And as we zoom out to our water vapor, you can see all that water vapor across the central peninsula of Florida, and that's associated with all that rain and showers, and that's what's bringing a lot of that moisture to the peninsula of Florida, and all the rain and some storms associated with it, with those orange blobs down towards Miami. And as we look at our dew point across the area, we are not immune from the humidity right now. You can see we are sitting at 65 degrees in Tallahassee, so it is certainly not summer-like humidity, but it is definitely at least humid for this time of year. But it does commonly get to this point on occasion. And really temperatures across the Big Bend, you can see 71 Tallahassee, 73 in Perry, and 68 in Thomasville as our cool spot. And our heat index almost reflects the same temperatures as really the dew point is pretty close to their temperature currently at this hour. And our future radar pretty much shows a few showers, hit or miss showers, maybe perhaps in our eastern viewing area. But you can see those clouds hopefully should begin to subside, and then perhaps a return of those clouds as we get into tomorrow evening at this time. And if you are planning your beach weekend forecast at Panama City Beach, you can see it is 73 degrees under partly cloudy skies, and then, of course, this beautiful graphic of the sun setting behind the water. And as we get into the week ahead, you can see we do have some 70s to start off your weekend. And as we get into really Monday and Tuesdays, we do have that approaching cold front. We will actually begin to cool things down. You can see a 35 right there. So at least we haven't been that cold this season. But of course, that cold front does come with a 20% chance of rain, perhaps on Monday. But we will have a moderating trend as we get throughout the rest of the work week. You can see as I try to do the electric slide off the screen that we will get into the 60s and 70s on Wednesday and Thursday. So very pleasant for the week ahead.
Well, thank you for that, Aaron. Now I'll do the electric slide onto the screen, and we'll take a look at some of our neighbors across the southeast. Currently, we can see those temperatures really are stark contrast between the southern portions of the region and the northern portions. You can really see the difference with Little Rock sitting at 50 degrees, but in contrast, Miami's sitting at 71 degrees. And, well, we would play the game spot the cold front if it wasn't so obvious, but it's pretty obvious where we have that cold front sitting across Alabama and into Georgia. And those dew points, again, they're pretty obvious as well. You can see that we're really sitting at higher dew points across most of the Florida and South Georgia region, but whenever you look at regions that have just had that cold front sweep through, in Jackson, Mississippi perhaps, they are actually sitting at quite chill conditions. those winds are now coming out of north-northwest for them in portions of Arkansas, Tennessee, and Mississippi. That's associated with cold fronts that are sweeping through the region.
We're still seeing those winds coming out of the south and southeast, bringing that Gulf moisture and keeping things mild to unseasonably warm. That upper level water vapor again tells the story about that cold front and that dry front right here stretching from Dallas to Memphis, really bringing stable and nice conditions across most of the area. But like Aaron was mentioning, we have more of that convection over Florida associated with that light rainfall that we've been pointing out. And in fact, looking at that light rainfall, we really have had a lot of that here recently in the Florida Peninsula, and it really has been quite bothersome because, you know, we are the Sunshine State. You'd expect a little better, but for the storm outlook, you expect non-severe thunderstorms through the parts of Florida and Louisiana and even up into Charleston and portions of eastern North Carolina as well. So again, some non-severe storms, but again, maybe some heavier rainfall totals at some times throughout the evening and throughout the next day or two. For tomorrow, in fact, we're looking at some more non-severe thunderstorms through the South Florida region, mainly in Miami. And for day 3, it stretches up into closer to Orlando, but again, non-severe thunderstorms are expected across the peninsula of Florida. And the future radar really shows this story as these temperatures, or as these rainfall totals really make their way through the Florida Peninsula, and they hover around the East Coast, really just continue to dump some moisture along that eastern front in South Florida, mainly Miami. You guys are sitting at quite unstable conditions, but here in North Florida we'll be at a little bit better conditions. For tonight, you're going to expect temperatures to be quite different depending upon if you're ahead of the cold front or behind the cold front. Behind the cold front, 30s, but ahead of the cold front, we're sitting in the 50s and 60s. For tomorrow, though, we'll look at those sunny skies and 60s for areas north, and then in the southern areas, we can expect 70s and cloudy conditions.
That's right. It's been quite nice around here. And I'm going to do the electric slide onto the screen. So I'm going to join in on the electric slide fun there. But now I'm going to take a broader view at the country as a whole right now. It's really quite chilly across much of the northern tier of the country. Right now sitting at 28 at Bismarck, so really chilly there. And also below freezing at Minneapolis at 31. So that cold air is really surging in behind this cold front. So make sure to bundle up out there. And we do have some really dry dew points also behind that cold front. You can see the gradient with that cold front sitting right about here right now with that moist air sitting out ahead of it where we are experiencing that moist air. And with that dryer behind there, really need the chapstick up at Billings at 7-degree dew points. So make sure that you are prepared for that. There again is that cold front. You can see some of that dry air filtering in behind it associated with this trough coming down from Canada. We also do have a second low pressure system behind the cold front as high pressure sits over here in the center of the country. But we do have another wave of low pressure coming in off the Pacific Ocean, and that's bringing some rain and snow showers to the northwest as we speak. So again, we do have that high pressure sitting, dominating much of the central part of the country. But again, we do have that cold front that's working its way towards the east and southeast as we speak. And that will make its way off the coast over the next few days, really bringing down our temperatures. Really a sharp contrast from where we've been the past few days, unseasonably warm for this time of year. So make sure that you're prepared for that. We do have a lot of active alerts right now, a lot of color on the screen, a lot to unpack. We do have some freeze warnings down here in Texas and Oklahoma, also parts of Arkansas, so make sure that you're prepared for that. Turn off any outside running water, make sure that doesn't freeze. We also do have some high wind warnings back here throughout the Rockies, and also some fire weather warnings in that pink shade there, as well as winter weather advisories up near the Great Lakes, and the same thing for places in northern Idaho and western Montana at this hour with those snow showers. And here are those snow showers working their way through places like Michigan, working their way east. Some of this is lake effect snow, so these areas are accustomed to that this time of the year, but make sure that you have all the equipment that you need to either dig yourselves out or your snow boots to walk through there. So again, make sure that you are ready for that snowfall. Same thing if you're living in places in the mountains in the Washington state. Same thing in the northern extreme tip of Idaho as well. And we also do have those rain showers along the western coast of the country right now, really helping out to improve the drought in that area. Unfortunately, in this area of the country, though, the drought will not be lifting anytime soon, as that moisture has not worked its way in there, and that we do have that high pressure system dominating this region of the country. As for the southeast, as Aaron and Chandler were mentioning, we do have those rain showers sitting over much of the Florida peninsula right now. Some of those could contain some heavy downpours, so make sure that you have your rain boots or rain jackets or umbrellas, something that will keep you dry. As I said, that drought monitor is really starting to not look so great out west, as is the same story as always, but hopefully that second low pressure system will help to alleviate some of that drought and help to ease any issues that may accompany with. As for today's storm outlook, we do have those non-severe thunderstorms in Louisiana as well as Mississippi, the coastal Carolina regions, and the southern tip of the Florida peninsula. Same story for tomorrow. Again, some of those could contain some heavy downpours, so make sure you have your umbrella at the ready. Same thing for day 3 as well. As for tonight, there is that cold air really surging down. Much of this country will be in that blue shading, so 30-degree temperatures for most of the nation for tonight. Same thing for tomorrow. Behind that cold front, much cooler air. So quite a contrast coming.
Yes, thank you for that. Speaking of cool air, we'll go make our way up north to the northeast in Bar Harbor. I'm sorry if I'm not a Yankee, so I might have just slaughtered that a little bit. But welcome to Bar Harbor, Maine. We'll get a little bit of a story going about them. If you guys don't know, they live on a butt crack. So this is the island that they live on. Bar Harbor right there is 57 degrees, but 54 in Goldsboro. Again, 50s across most of the area. It's quite beautiful conditions for them. I'm kind of jealous. But it's actually probably unseasonably warm for them. And taking a look at those dew points, we really can see some more of that unseasonably warm. Dew points, muggy conditions, but that's ahead of that cold front, and it's a story of telling where the cold front is. It's just west of them, and of course is bringing that southerly flow of winds that are having some more maritime influence, again keeping them nice, warm, and a little bit muggy. But as those showers make their way across the region, we'll start to see those dew points lower and those temperatures lower as the cold front really brings in some nice, cool Arctic air. You can really spot some showers up here in the portions of Canada, and even whenever we see them start making their way closer to Maine, we'll start to see some of those snow showers even in Maine and parts of New Hampshire. But current satellite and radar here in Bar Harbor, again, is quite clear. You can start to see those clouds starting to roll in, though, and that is indicative of the showers that are going to roll through tonight and into tomorrow, really dumping some heavy rain. But looking at these showers, these snow showers that are in Maine, we might see a little bit of snow just wrapping around on the back end, some nice flurries to welcome the holiday season. But for tonight in Bar Harbor, you can expect 43 degrees as your low with rain, so cold rain, not great conditions, but you have to jump the hurdle to enjoy the nice, beautiful conditions tomorrow, which we welcome in that rain for the beginning, but those clouds start to clear out and we start to see nice, beautiful conditions in the 40s. So again, quite an enjoyable experience for Bar Harbor in the next few days. Friday, again, they start off with some rain, but they are, again, sitting at nice temperatures, 45 degrees. Saturday and Sunday, you can expect more of the same with 43 on Saturday and 52 on Sunday. Nice little warm up, but again, beautiful seasonable conditions for Bar Harbor.
That's right. And now I'm going to see you guys back down south, more locally, back with a live look at Doak Campbell Stadium. The sun is set. It's quite dark outside now, but we did have that really beautiful sunset earlier. Currently sitting at 71 degrees. Mostly cloudy skies, though, with that south-southeast wind at 6 miles per hour. Looking at the satellite and radar, we do have those showers, like I said, down near central and southern Florida. We do have a heavy downpour just off the coast of Miami right now, but not really in the way of rain showers around Tallahassee right now. We do have a little bit of rain showers coming towards the border of Florida and Georgia right now, but none of those will be impacting the city of Tallahassee itself tonight, which is always a good thing. And we do have a lot of more moisture associated with this water vapor that we have the last few days. It's been quite nice the past few days. We do have that summery feel that has returned, at least for today. Right now, sitting at 71 degrees in Tallahassee, a little bit cooler as we head up north towards Thomasville at 64, and sitting at 71 degrees at Apalachicola right now. And as I said, that those moist temperatures, the moisture has returned today, so we do have rather high dew points sitting at 65 right now. You can see behind me there, 69 at Perry right now, so almost really does feel like summer today with those really moist dew points returning, at least just for today though, before that cold front does move through. And you can see that's partially due to this southerly wind flow bringing this moisture off the Gulf of Mexico, so really making it feel more muggy than comfortable outside. But the future radar, those showers will diminish overnight, maybe popping up again tonight just to the east of town, but those clouds should fade out just in time for the lunar eclipse tonight, but they may filter in again by this time tomorrow. So maybe those clouds will be high enough just so we could see a nice sunset around here. But if you like to walk your dog, there's my dog actually, Monty. He's up in New York right now. So his dog walk forecast may be a little cooler than this, but we do have for Tallahassee tomorrow, 7 a.m., 55 degrees, so a little bit chilly. You might want to bring a little jacket for yourself on your dog walk tomorrow morning, but warming up into the lower 60s by the time we get towards 11 a.m. As for the res on Saturday, nice and comfy, 70 degrees, mostly sunny, and calm winds if you'd like to go outside to the res on Saturday. As for your 7-day forecast, very nice conditions going through the week, but we do have that cool down coming for the beginning of next week.
Thank you for that, Evan. Quite beautiful conditions that we can expect, right?
That's right, with that cold front coming in pretty soon, early next week, and really expect a nice cool down afterwards too. So.
Exactly. I'm quite jealous of those conditions in Bar Harbor. I, myself, being a cool weather guy. Are you a cool weather guy?
In fact, I am, just not raining and cold.
No, that is
43
true. That's a caveat. Being from North Carolina, we've had plenty of our share of cold rains. In fact, my mom talked about just a couple weeks ago, they had temperatures in around 37 degrees, but really cold rain coming down from the sky, and it was just a rainy day overall.
Wow, yeah, I mean, being from Florida, I mean, we don't really expect the 30s often, at least from Central Florida, near Tampa. But I mean, certainly very, very. I mean, 40s are pretty cool temperatures for Central Florida for sure. It doesn't happen often, but of course in Tallahassee we'll have 35. So.
Exactly. Yes, for everybody in Tallahassee, you can expect a nice little cool down, and that will be a welcome, because I feel like today was a little bit too warm for November. A
little toasty today, right? Being in the upper 70s. And with those dew points, I mean, it doesn't make it really feel like a dry 70. It makes it feel like more like I don't want to say a more humid 70, I should say.
Exactly, yeah. Whenever I was out in the sunshine, it was quite a little bit uncomfortable, in fact, and I was a little bit surprised. But yes, follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/FSUweather.
And like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FSUweather.
And of course, watch us live on YouTube at youtube.com/FSUweather.
If you haven't yet, make sure to follow us on Instagram at FSUweather.
We love to see your guys' photos you guys submit. We, of course, would love to incorporate those as well. But again, nice and beautiful conditions to expect throughout most of the Big Bend region. But now we'll take things over to the 7-day for you guys to take one last look at the conditions.
And you can see pretty much we'll have that cold front coming in on Monday and Tuesday, but conditions will begin to rebound as we get into Thursday.